Yo ho ho, it's your dumbass bitch doing dumbass shit. I am just recording from the same spot because I never left because I just want to kind of pick up where I left off. I'll stop recording when I think it's a good time, when I think I've told enough for today. And, yeah. So, picking up, this is part 2. I go through Dante's freezer and I get to Tall Plains. Love Tall Plains. Tall Plains, I was like, oh my god, how could it possibly get harder than this? There's a part where you have to get on a flying boat and fight apes while traveling to another island that's closer to the end of the level. And I had a boyfriend at the time named David, and he came over. And I was like, David, I cannot get past this part. Can you show me? And he taught me how to get through it. And we sat and we were playing together, and he started talking about how he didn't like the design of Spyro. They didn't like how he changed him. I guess because he'd grown up with the originals and I hadn't. And he's just like, oh, his head's... Uh-oh. Okay. Hey. Hi. Rich. Shut up, Milo. Hey. Shut up. Get in my room. Okay. Well. That was rude. No, my dad came home. I'm a loser, okay? So, wow, even worse lighting, my favorite. He's like, I don't like his big head and, you know, the way he runs and his weird little feet. Like, he you know, he didn't like it. And a lot of people don't. I get it. And I was just like, oh, you know, I think he's cute. We didn't really talk about it that much, but we calmly agreed to disagree, which I appreciated. That's how you handle it, okay? If 6th graders can do it, get over yourself. Now my dog wants in my room. My other one. You're dumb. And little bitch dumb. One day I will learn to edit shit like this out of my videos. Can you tell I'm comfortable? And yeah, Golden Girls. You uncultured swine. I jibe hardcore with this one. Betty White's immortal and you can't tell me otherwise. So. He gets me through it. So after that I didn't need help anymore. And, you know, then I get, you know, through Munitions Forge and then Concurrent Skies. And I think it wasn't until I was probably around 7th grade before I managed to beat Cinder, because I was really just taking my time and I was nervous, you know, and it's a tough game when you're a kid and you're just starting. It can get overwhelming with all the fleets you have to fight and stuff, or sorry, the troops, because they're apes. The fleets are the dogs. But, well, don't eat your paws. So much for not being distracted today. And my brain just stopped. I get to Cinder. I am terrified. She killed me multiple times. But then I finally did manage to beat her in Concurrent Skies in her first health bar, which is a genius way to split that up, by the way. Then, you know, we go to Convexity. I was enamored with Convexity. Enamored. All, you know, like the spiraling snake things and the whale creatures that fly by, especially the snakes. I loved those. I would dick around on the little platforms in Convexity for so long, and then I'd be mesmerized watching Cinder fly in a circle in the level that you had to go fight her on. How cool is that? It's not like you pass through a gate and then they spawn up. She's just flying around waiting for you, and it gave me a chance to sit and look at her and appreciate the model and the size and stuff like that. And oh man, I was in awe, but I was terrified of her, absolutely stricken with fear, which is what she would have wanted. And I get up to her and I fight, and she kills me many times. And at this point, I had one of my best friends over, and she wasn't into Spyro or anything. She wasn't a gamer. Well, she was a gamer. She liked harder games than I did. She played shit like Gun and stuff. I'd go to her house and she'd do missions, and then I'd run around on horses and run over coyotes. Like, Well, I did. I'm a derpy gamer. I just want to enjoy the ride. So she's over, and I had. It was around Halloween. Okay, so we had stacks of Kit Kats. I unwrapped them all, and I made this huge stack to eat while I was playing Cinder. And I guess she'd been looking for the candy. And she's like, "There they are, you pig!" And so I just laugh as she starts eating some of the Kit Kats, and rightfully so. I was a little bit unhappy about it, but I didn't say anything because I knew that I was being a selfish kid. So she gets we're eating Kit Kats, and she actually cheered me on a little bit, but she did keep leaving the room to do things. I don't know. And I mean, this was like after school. It had to be Halloween or around Halloween. And while she's there, I beat the game, and so I start screaming, "I beat it! I defeated Cinder!" And she runs in. She's like, "You beat her? That's so cool!" You know, like just didn't care for the game, but was super cool about me beating it. And so, you know, we're watching, and then Cinder turns little. He's like, "Oh my god, she is just like Spyro." It's just so good. I just loved the story, and I loved how she looked. And then we get that last cutscene, or the second to last cutscene, when she's back at the temple, and I don't know, breathtaking with the whole experience. Breathtaking with Cinder. It was very impressionable. Spyro had already made such an impact on me, and then I see her. And then I see, you know, the very, very last cutscene of the game. And that beautiful music. And I remember when it ended, and they're like, "I have a bad feeling," and Cinder goes, "Me too." And then that was the end. Being a dumb kid, did not realize that this was the start of a series. So when that ended, I was like, well, that's really doom and gloom. So much for the happily ever after. I wasn't even like, who's the Dark Master? I didn't care. I just couldn't believe the story ended like that. And I accepted it for the time being, you know, and I started drawing Cinder and Spyro together, and I'd play through the game, and I started, like, drawing the Guardians, and I would draw them all interacting, and that's when I started making stupid comics. Like, this was before I heard anything about the Eternal Night or Dawn of the Dragon. And, I actually don't know how I found out about the other two games. I think I may have seen Eternal Night advertised a couple of times in a commercial, and I did want it, of course. I was like, oh my god, there's a continuation, I need that. And I don't remember how I heard of Dawn of the Dragon. All I know is that I did not manage to get my hands on the Eternal Night. I actually had to get Dawn of the Dragon first. That was what was most available to me at the time. I actually played Dawn of the Dragon before the Eternal Night. So I got some major spoilers and was kind of lost. But all I could really... I kind of accepted the fact that I was lost, because, like, well, I'll get the second game and then I'll be caught up when I play it. And I was right. Playing Dawn of the Dragon, if you know me, then you know that I really don't care for that game. But I enjoyed it a lot when I first had it. You know, I was like, okay, they changed a lot, style's intriguing. I thought Cinder's face was cute, but that was about it. I didn't care for the models, but I played it in the freeform flight, which everybody loves. Yes, it was awesome, and honestly, they should make Spyro games like that. More of them like that. Maybe go about it in a bit different way, or more levels that are expansive and fun to fly around, but I'll get to that another time, my ideas. But I played that game for months. I played it over and over and over again. Then I beat Malphor, and first go, by the way. And I thought it was a dark, terrifying, weird, not as good as A New Beginning. I was like, okay, this feels biblical. I'm terrified. You know, and then the ending, I was confused by the ending. I was like, okay, Spyro and Cinder just live in Avalar now, and the Guardians are just fuck all somewhere, and Sparks is alone, Ignitus is dead. What? The wrap-up was so bad. I was so confused. And then later, I finally did get the Eternal Night, and holy shit, was that game hard to play. Especially on the Wii. But after some time, I did get through it, and it came to be my second favorite game. I think that it would have been my favorite in the series if it wasn't for the fact that A New Beginning is so close to my heart, and always has been. It was just it was just astounding. I don't know. And the way it ended had me in tears, just like crying so much. That ending in that song. Like, this is, if Chrome had stuck with it. I have so much to talk about, but I want to keep these videos around 10 minutes. So I will do another video later, probably not right after this one. I need to eat. I need to think. I probably need to draw. I'm going to play Minecraft while my food digests, but nobody needs to know that. So, anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks again to Corey for even inspiring me to want to do this. One person can change the way someone's outlook is on life, and it felt really good. So I have an excuse to wear my pirate hat and pretend that I'm somebody. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.